So we like just, well, I don't know.
Norton National, take one.
It's fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, you guys ready? So the goal is to get just through the intro, and then we'll pause, and then we'll do the next. Is that the easiest when it came to editing? Like, you get one solid piece.
I haven't really edited it yet, but no, I think if you can just try to keep going, but as soon as you mess up, pause for a second, and then just pick up where you messed up.
Okay.
I'm wearing like my granny bra right now, and like the girls are like,
Oh. Nobody can see your
yes, they can.
They look perky.
You know what's funny though? Yours look perky because you can't see ours at all because we're wearing straight black.
Yeah.
Like, you're the only feministic like woman.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay. All right. So I'm just gonna roll. Ready?
Okay, yep.
I feel like funky because it's just on one side.
No, I think it looks good.
Yeah, I think you look good.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Okay.
that looks good. Yeah.
And I always want to like clap, like, all right, guys. Okay. It's uncomfortable, isn't it, Brie?
I mean, no, it's okay.
Just talk. Like,
Okay.
pretend it's a friend.
Yeah, it's us.
No.
Hi, friend.
Hi, friend. Hi,
Okay.
friend.
Hi, friend. Okay. Maybe we should put our hands. Is this okay on the table? Like, we're all on the table.
Just
I know
don't
it's-
snap.
I have to be close to you because my
Yeah, that's
leopard
Yeah.
comes out, so that's why I'm really
Well,
hugging you.
what about this? Like, we'll stand a little triangular. That's okay,
Oh,
right?
yeah, there
okay,
you go.
Sure.
Yeah, that works.
Great. Okay. Hi guys, welcome back to Girls Gone Tech, brought to you by Norton National University. If this is your first time tuning in, my name is McCall,
I'm Katie.
and today we have a special guest.
Hi guys, I'm Brie.
Brie is actually one of our original founding educators from Norton National University, so we're very thrilled to have her here with us today. On today's episode, we are going to talk to you guys about audio cables. I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate and give you guys some information about a traditional XLR cord. Katie's going to pass off some information for you guys about an XLR to a jack, and then Brie's got some information for you on a jack expending out. Brie's got some information for you guys about a jack going out to a left and right. That doesn't sound very educated.
What is it called? Like,
Yeah, what is it?
Two channels.
Two channels.
So two should go in-
so
two
a
channel
jack to
audio.
two channels. A two-channel audio signal.
Signal.
Okay. And Brie's going to be telling you guys about a two-channel audio signal and how to apply it to a normal everyday life hack. With that, we're going to be shooting this today with our Panasonic. Katie's going to be switching it for us. Nice and convenient. If you guys are interested in learning more about our Panasonic RoboCam, check out the links below. We will have a link to that for one of our other shows where you can see a whole tutorial on how that goes to work. All right, let's get to it, Katie. Okay, so starting first, as you guys can see, we do have an XLR cord here. An XLR cord is the cabling that is used to send an audio signal to and from, your different elements that compose audio when you're in a live production. With this, if you take a look close inside, you've got two different ends. One end is going to be a male end, as you guys can see. We'll get this focused in for you. Here, actually, we can cut it. Why is it like really awkward? Okay. All right, now that we've got this zoomed in, as you can see, we've got a male end and a female end. The male end is the prongs that poke outwards. Female end allows to accept those prongs. Pretty point in case, pretty sure you can put it together yourselves. With that sounded terrible. I'm pretty sure you can put that together yourself.
I mean, it's fine, but
Wow,
also I don't know if you want to go down.
Yeah, that's like dirty condescending. Okay.
You want to start that over?
I'll just start with this part. Is that okay? Is that okay for clipping and editing?
Yeah.
No more clipping.
Ryan, you're not here. Easier said than done, Buster. Okay.
Because this is a new shot and a new scene, then that's an easy transition over.
Okay. All right. Now that we've got this focused in, go ahead and take a look at the two different endings. We have a male ending and a female ending. The female ending obviously has the holes that are inside of it, and the male ending is with the prongs stick out. With an XLR, this one is a 3-pin XLR. There are options for up to 4-pin or 5-pin, just depending on what type of device that you're using and the signal that needs to be sent. Signal that's sent via audio through the XLR cabling is used because it is a much more balanced, I wouldn't say sturdy.
Not more balanced, is balanced.
I gotta
Okay.
figure out these numbers too, because you're going to come here, and I kind of want it to go. Don't lean on the table. by
Thanks,
the way.
Mom.
So, do you want to start that all over again, or
Sure.
okay?
We're getting way more productive than we did last time. I'll give you that. Sorry.
It's fine.
Okay. And
Am I going to one more in?
do you mind?
There you go. Mom.
Actually, why don't we go out one, and then I'll say, let's zoom in, and then you can zoom in. Sound good?
Yeah. So
Okay,
I'm going to
trying
go
to,
from
focus this.
here.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Do we need to redo that whole beginning part? Tell me now.
I don't think so. I thought at the beginning it was
Okay,
fine.
great. I'm just wondering, is it awkward that like now I'm just here?
Now that you're clipping.
Actually, go in one more to my hands, maybe. Or no, I'm sorry. Go back, and what I'll do is I'll just like kind of refluff a little bit of it, and we can. Okay. So let's go ahead and zoom in so we can show you guys the different endings. People tend to send signal over the XLR audio cards because it is balanced. There is, if we can go in just a little bit more, Katie. There you guys go. As you can see, we have a male end and a female end. Let me get those into focus for you guys. So there's a male end and a female end. My hand over here, as you can see, has got the male end, which has a 3-pin prong output, and we've got the 3-pin input over here for the female sector. With that, you can have the option of having 3, 4, or 5 pin, just depending on what type of device and signal that it is that you guys are sending. One thing that's interesting about XLR cabling, with the female end, you'll see there is a button clasp here. This makes it really helpful, so when you go and you plug this into the receiving end of whatever you're trying to obviously send signal to and from, it usually provides like some sort of lock into place, so that when you get ready to pull it out, you actually have to push this lever to reduce and pull it out, so that way cords just don't go ripping and whatnot. Something else that's really quite neat is, as you can see, these actually plug in safely to one another. So if you need to do some sort of extension, you need a longer cable or cord, you can go right ahead and actually link them together like this. This method is called daisy chaining. And as I indicated, that female sector right there just clipped right into the male sector. In order to release, you just push and pull. Okay, that was a good, right?
That was great.
Oh my gosh.
really,
Yeah,
that
that
was
was really
far
good.
the best we've ever had.
That was really good.
Okay, so now am I just like, and now we have Katie here to talk about this, or
So why don't we switch over to a da-da-da cord?
okay, great. So the transition to that will be like, outside of XLR, the other component cabling that's traditionally used is when you guys have your jack ends. When you have a
Jack end.
jack end.
It's called a tip ring sleeve.
Tip.
TRS.
Tip ring.
But no, don't say that. When you have a
TRS ending.
oh no, like
So if you don't have an
quarter-inch jack.
1/4-inch jack. That's all
Okay.
it is. A 1/4-inch jack.
Well, I know that this is a 1/4-inch jack. But what I'm going to say is if you're not using XLR, then
Yes.
you're using TRS. And right here we have a 1/4 inch
Just
jack.
Don't say TRS because that sounds that's super techy. It
That's
is
the
TRS.
point. We're a bunch of
Yeah, do that.
Okay.
Yeah, Girls Gone Tech.
Okay,
But
so
then you're not explaining what TRS.
I know Katie's going to explain that, right?
TRS. That's
No. I'm going to say, so if you're not using XLR, the other input is going to be a TRS. And over here to explain TRS to XLRs is Katie. And Katie will be like, great. Let's start with TRS. TRS stands for tip ring.
tip ring sleeve.
Tip
Tip
ring.
ring
For those who don't know, TRS stands for tip ring sleeve.
Is it ring or rinked?
Ring.
Ring,
Ring.
like a ring.
Like a ring.
Tip ring sleeve. What is that,
Tip
Ryan?
ring
Don't you love that
sleeve.
we're putting out this persona to everyone that we know what we're talking about?
Yeah,
We're like, "Hey, Ryan,
absolutely.
educate us. Hi, handsome pants.
Tip. See it?
Yeah,
tip,
it's tip.
ring sleeve.
Okay.
All three of those correspond to the three things I hit. 1, 2, 3. I don't know what number they
Oh
are.
my gosh, this is great. This is what you should
Yeah.
talk about.
Tip ring sleeve. Yeah.
So
Okay.
they correspond to the three things, but you don't know what they actually
prongs.
correspond to.
So the tip ring sleeve corresponds
To the
those
prongs.
three.
These act
correspond
as
with the
if these
prongs.
3 different prongs.
Okay.
So in this format, it's a tip ring sleeve, which is a TRS more commonly
Yeah.
known. And
Yeah.
this end for the XLR would be one of the 3 pins. So if somebody had a 5-pin XLR like we do with ClearCom, if somebody has a 5-pin XLR like we
Yeah.
do with ClearCom,
They don't use it in like this
This
ever.
not- okay.
Ever.
so yeah, why don't you explain what the TRS? So I'll hand it off to you by explaining what that is and what this is.
1/4-inch jack. It has a tip ring sleeve.
Okay, and when it
1/4
zooms
jack has a
in, you know what's
tip.
fun about when it zooms in? It's so close in that you and I can rotate and nobody even notice that we're rotating
Yeah.
each other.
Yeah.
I did. Can we?
Yeah.
Just so we.
Wait, if you move the table, it's
Oh,
gonna.
it's gonna
throw
change
everything
my
off.
camera angle.
Because
Okay.
you have.
So,
You shouldn't move the table. You should move the.
no, I know, but well, it's fine because we're not going to use this. So I'm going to throw it to you by saying if you're not using, the other audio cord is going to be a TRS, and Katie is here to talk about a TRS to XLR. I'll be like, take it away, Katie, and then you can be like, and then you can do. So TRS, for those who don't know, is a tip ring sleeve.
Yeah.
Tip ring sleeve.
Tip ring sleeve.
Tip ring sleeve, and we'll zoom in on your
Also
hands. You can
known as
show
1/4 inch.
Yeah, and you can zoom in and be like, so this is the tip, this would be the ring, and this would be considered the sleeve, which corresponds with your XLR. Those 3 components to your 3 components here. And then you can go into saying, just like since this has an XLR inside of it, it's going to send a very balanced signal as well. And the benefit of having the dual different ends, because this can obviously plug into like a microphone, while this can plug directly into an audio board or directly into the bass or the amplifier or whatever.
Okay.
Cool?
Yeah, because this is the guitar to your amplifier.
Yep.
Okay.
Or to the audio board to your microphone, or
We should probably say that since
no,
that's...
you can show more than one example. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Audio board to microphone.
Okay. Okay. So
but are
we
we
just left with
switching-
me like this, right?
Yeah.
You
Okay.
undid
so
it.
I just undid it.
Yep.
So now, are we going to zoom out to us as a whole and then zoom back into your hands? And I mean,
Yeah.
we can just rotate
Yeah.
it. I think that's fine. So
Okay.
I was kind of down here, or whatever. Okay. So one of the benefits. Let's try that again. Sorry, because we're not benefiting anything right now. Let's go back in. Because there's nothing benefiting.
Do you think that's a smooth transition though from here to
How's
here,
that
or do
vision?
we just
It's
do
gonna.
cut into this and be like, okay, so now
Yeah, I don't like the panning back and then
because it like focuses
yeah,
here
and
and
then
then,
exactly.
so when you're watching YouTube video, so boom,
So you
so
just
then
wanna
we
yeah, and
cut
then,
to
and
here.
then like
You
this.
just want to
Yeah.
keep it close on the hands, is what you're saying? Is that what
No,
you're
No.
it's just we're gonna
We'll just start from
link
here
to this
and be like, okay, so that was the XLR,
Oh.
and now we're going to transition over to here.
I see exactly what
And
you're
Katie's
saying.
going to talk about whatever, and then I'm going to push 4. And so once we get in there, like which we can switch.
We can switch it now.
Here.
We can switch it now because
yeah.
Oh, I guess
Yeah,
we
yeah,
could.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
you know what I mean. Because then when it zooms in, you and I can rotate. So we should switch the cabling now, but when it zooms in, you and I should rotate.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
I
perfect.
Is
completely
that-
forgot what I'm talking about. Why
I'm
did I
gonna
get
reset
so
that
nervous?
to you. Here, do you want it? I'm gonna put the cord this way. It's just then you have to like flip it. You're okay with that, right?
Because then so here, so we're here, and then it'll be 4, and then 5 is the real zoom in, McCall.
Okay, 5 is. So I want to go to 5.
Yeah.
I want to go to 4 and then 5.
Yeah.
We're on 4.
Yeah.
So I'm just.
I'm gonna
this
hit
way.
4. Once we hit 4,
Okay.
you're gonna hit 5.
Okay.
What am I talking about? So this is a 1/4 inch
This is a 1/4 inch.
tip ring sleeve,
Also
also known as a
TRS.
also known as a TRS. This is what you're used, which is also connected to an XLR, which is balanced, which will also or correlates to these 3 prongs here, right?
Yeah, I think we should use the word pin. Is it a pin?
Pin?
It's 3 pin, right?
Is it a prong?
It's pin.
Pin?
It's called a pin.
Pin?
3 pin,
Yep.
which correlates to these 3 pins here. And what you would use this is for if you had a guitar, you would connect this into your guitar, to your amplifier, or to your audio board, to your microphone.
Yes, I think something else as well, because I know I tend to talk over people, so I'm going to not talk during your time. Something else to probably bring is that the benefit of having something like a cable like this is because it's still an audio cable and you have to send it, but sometimes you have to send and receive differently on opposite ends. And so like this is a TRS, this is what it's used for. This is an XLR, and you guys obviously we just went over that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to get ready to toss it over to you. Ready?
I'm so
Ooh,
nervous.
thing. I know it sounds so uncomfortable. I'm supposed to stop touching the table. Sorry.
I like completely forget what I'm supposed to talk about. Okay.
So I can just start talking right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So we just went over the XLR.
Got it. Okay. So I'm gonna talk about the other part of the audio cord first. Okay. I don't know why it's so uncomfortable to start. It's so uncomfortable, Brie. Wait till it's your turn. That's all I'm gonna say to you.
Okay.
I'm very clammy and sweaty right
Oh
now.
my gosh.
Are you too?
Oh yeah, I'm sweating.
You
Great.
guys
You
are.
can see it.
No, come on, come on.
Bree's gonna be the most natural. Okay. So the XLR cabling is one of the audio cables that is needed on. So the XLR cable is one of the audio cables. The other one is going to be an TRS. Okay.
Yep.
The XLR cable is one of 2 audio cables. The other one is going to be a TRS tip. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I know. I don't
Just
mean
the tip,
I
like just the
know. I know. Okay. The audio cables. Okay. The XLR is one of 2 audio cables. To talk about the next set of audio cables is going to be Katie, and she's going to be going over what TRS and XLR compatible cords are.
Great. Thanks, McCall.
Of course, Katie.
So these is also a balancing cable that we have that is going to also be an XLR like you've seen, like what we just talked about. And then here is a 1/4 inch jack. And the reason why we call it is a TRS is a tip here. McCall, do you mind zooming in real quick? Thank you. So here's the tip, here's the ring, and here's the sleeve. So that's where TRS comes from. And then you have your XLR male end because those Why do they three are connected to this?
They're not even connected. They
They're
just
not.
kinda like it's like 3 pin in the 3 sections, like 3 and 3.
Three
they
and three.
coincide.
They
together.
coincide. That's the
Yeah.
word I want to use.
Okay. Back it up. Back it up.
Which is fine.
Okay,
There
do
we
you want me
go.
to go back to.
No.
No.
I think that was a good transition.
Yeah.
then.
Tell
And
me
then I'll
when
just
you're
cut
ready
it
to
here. Okay. So,
Yeah, center yourself. Once you start talking, I will then naturally start pushing 5 to zoom you in.
okay. Okay, so here we have a 1/4 inch jack, and the reason that it's called a TRS is the tip, ring, and sleeve. And here on the other end is the XLR MEL cable, and these correspond with the 3 prongs.
Pins.
Pins. Why can't I get that in?
Pins.
Pins. My gosh, McCall, you're so much better at this.
You guys are doing great.
Katie and Bree, I love you guys so much. Bree's like the best cheerleader. I can't wait to
I know.
Bree's
Pins.
basic, don't you?
Pins.
Okay.
Oh no, she's gonna breeze right through it.
I know, 'cause
All right. So here we have the TRS, and that stands for tip, ring, and sleeve. And this is a 1/4 inch jack. And on the other end, you're going to have an XLR MEL, and the 3 are correspondent with those pins inside there. Thanks, McCall. So you'll see there, and again, that's the tip, the ring, and the sleeve. A lot of these cords are used for obviously still balancing your audio, but what you will use this for, if you had a guitar and an amplifier, this jack is going to plug into your guitar, and the XLR will plug into your amplifier, or also your audio board to your microphone here.
That's a good transition piece, right? So now
Yeah.
pause and be like, now you're going to introduce Bree, right?
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
And real fast, what is this called though?
Oh, now it's your turn. It's,
No,
it's a
no,
little-
no. I just want to watch me do this, girls. What is this called though?
1/8 inch jack, this side,
Uh huh.
to
Audio.
left right audio RCA.
RCA.
Okay,
Yeah.
so something else to keep in mind is you
They
can
have
even
this-
retouch base. Like, so once again, we've got the TRS. The TRS.
Oh, so that's the TRS.
yeah, the TRS.
So-
Yeah, so there's something weird about that. That's actually not TRS because it's not balanced. So
Okay, so Bree, you should talk about that. Be
Yeah.
like,
So,
we have
so
the,
tell me real fast what.
So this is a 1/8 inch jack. This is what's used in like your cell phone.
Yeah, I got that part. What's
But
the
But you should say,
technical?
but like unlike
Yeah, that's
the
exactly
the TRS, this is only used when sending a balanced signal, and this is an unbalanced signal because we're going to be dividing it up the channels at the other end. Or what's
This
the right
looks
wording
very
for that?
similar to that, but what this does, this is one channel.
We should leave this on the table so you
Yeah.
can show.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
so
then
this is
This is one channel.
Okay.
This is 2 channel. This is one channel balanced. This is 2 channels unbalanced.
okay. And when you say 2 channels, it's because it's going into a left and a right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
And
this.
do we know which one's which? Just
It typically is red.
No, it's usually it's red and
I'm gonna say it's typically red,
red and white.
red and white.
more commonly,
Yeah.
these are shown as red
Yeah.
and white, but we wanted to show you this.
Yeah, they come in whatever color you want. Yeah.
and you might want to just, if this is an 1/8 compared to a 1/4.
Yeah.
So 1/8 quarter.
Like the
Yeah.
sizing difference, and then also notice, even though they look similar, this is not a TRS.
Did you go over this?
No.
So this makes
Because-
it that, but this is.
Be like, but if you wanted to make this into that size,
it's-
you can
it's-
just.
you can make it that size.
Oh,
but
I
it-
didn't know that.
But it's still not a. So because really quick, because it's unbalanced, it actually has left and right embedded into these things. This is balanced. It's only right or left. It's not both. So that's
That makes
the
sense.
difference. Yeah.
Okay.
Is it because it's going to like when you plug this in, it's only operating like a mic or
A single line.
A single line.
A single line.
Okay, so
Which is
this
doing
is
dual
like on
line.
a TV,
Or
multiple
like a-
or it's
speakers,
doing
Stereo,
dual
two-
line.
two
dual
speakers.
line.
but
Yeah.
it's 2 speakers.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
And this is a 1/4 inch jack audio cord, because I'm going to say now that we went over the 1/4 inch jack
Quarter
audio.
inch to XLR. Yeah, we have Bree to tell us about the.
To what a cord is? What is it called again?
Actually, why don't we just say, so now that we've gone over balanced single signals, we have, Bree here is going to talk to you about split signals.
Do you want to talk about balance and unbalanced more?
Not right now, not yet, no, I want to get through this. This is all we
Okay.
know right now.
Well, something really quick. I'll blow through it really quick. Balance means it's actually sending. It sends. So what XLR does, it sends one signal.
Direct.
Let's say directly, and then it sends another signal. Opposite of that, it actually sends a signal backwards somehow, and then when it gets to the receiver, if there's anything in between that's not a like a glitch that it might have picked up, fuzz, and gets rid of that glitch.
You know what's so funny? It's ultrasound.
Oh,
You
they use
understand
this
that?
too?
That's what the ultrasound beams does. It sends it through and then it reverts back. It's a bounce. It hits the product and comes back.
Yeah, it actually sends two
It's two
signals.
wavelengths. Yeah.
It sends two signals
It's like a road.
of the same
Okay,
sound.
so
But
can you
that's
talk
the-
about that, Brie?
No.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to quote any ultrasound.
No, don't call ultrasound. Wait.
But it's actually, but with it actually sends both out of the audio one direction. It doesn't go back.
That makes sense.
Oh, yeah. You just said though that.
It sends the same signal twice through there. But that's just balanced, and that's what makes it balanced, because it sends two signals that are balanced. That's the reason why it's balanced. That sends one signal two different times. I don't mean to get real techy, but you guys are talking about it. I'm like,
No, you're saying
So-
this is two signals because it's a left and a right. This is sending one embedded signal down one side and back. It's the same signal going to and
not
from.
that. Just it sends two signals the same
Yeah, he
direction,
said it
but
differently.
one's sent backwards.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's way no.
No,
Yeah.
we're not going into that.
Yeah,
No.
that's what I'm like. I'm not
That's
overly
not.
careful.
Not
Okay,
the
so
same
back to
thing.
you. So
this
you're gonna
is
toss
a
to
quarter,
Brie.
right? This
This
is a quarter,
and that's an eighth.
Okay.
I think like an eighth is smaller than a fourth, like when you measure.
Yeah.
So you're gonna toss to Brie, and you pretty much know what to say, right?
Yeah, I just needed to know. So
Okay, sure.
unlike the quarter inch, what's it called?
All right, tip.
No,
TRS.
but what was the other word you were calling it?
Just a 1/4 inch jack.
Oh,
audio.
a jack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like, right, or do you want me to say, now that we've discussed the single, what did you say, single line,
The balance.
single,
He got me kind of. Oh my.
Okay.
now we're going to
so-
talk about a split cable, split.
No.
No,
hold on.
because these are balanced and these are unbalanced.
now that
That's
we've
the
talked
whole-
about the two audio ends that send a balanced signal,
Yes.
Bree here is going to talk to us about sending a split signal.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll go to 1 and then you'll hit
Quarter
4.
inch jack
1/4 inch jack.
and tip ring sleeve.
I'm going to leave this over here for you.
Okay. So you're cool to toss it to her?
Yeah.
Okay, go. Wait.
What do we say? This is a,
I know, right?
No. I would say now that we've gone over with you guys the two types of audio endings that will send a single balanced
single balance signal.
Bree here is going to talk to us about a split signal.
single. Okay.
Whenever you're ready.
Ready?
Okay. Go for
Okay.
it, girl.
Now that we've talked about, it is hard. Why is this like this, McCall?
What's hard is to remember the name. Like you almost need a little paper.
Little cheat sheets right here,
Just,
right?
just the appropriate name. It's just the name. I think once you got past the name,
single balance. So single balance
audio.
audio
Wait,
cord.
it's a balanced cable. 'Cause that's
Balanced
what Ryan told
cable.
us, and it's only one single cable because we only have
Single
one end
channel.
and
Single
it's
channel.
a single channel balanced audio cables.
Single channel
Single channel balanced
single
audio
channel
cables.
balance audio cables.
Okay.
Single balance audio cable.
Single channel
Single channel
balanced
balanced
audio cables.
It's like you get nervous and then you just flutter everywhere.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Absolutely.
Okay, single single
Single
channel
channel.
balance audio cable.
Okay.
Now we're gonna go to Bree for a split
Do you want me to talk?
cable.
You can do it, Katie. You can do it.
Give me a piece
See-
of paper.
See,
She
now
can
that
do
we've talked
this.
about
Give me a piece
both
of paper.
endings.
Give me a piece of paper.
No, think about it. See, now that we've talked about both endings.
Now that we've talked
of a
about
single channel.
both endings of a single channel audio cable.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bounce over,
Yeah.
not bounce
Okay, we're ready
over,
for you,
but I'm
B.
gonna head it over to
All right.
Bree
over.
for a split channel audio. No,
Yeah,
it's not
to go-
audio,
to go
right?
over, if it's a single channel, is it a double channel? A dual channel?
Split?
Just you can call it unbalanced channel.
An unbalanced
A split,
channel.
a split unbalanced channel.
Okay. Go for it, Katie.
Okay. Now that we've talked about the single channel audio cable, son of a gun, McCall, why do I do this?
That was right.
Was it? It didn't sound right.
Now that we've
See,
talked about both endings of the single channel
Single
balanced
channel balanced cable.
audio cables.
All right,
Yep.
ready?
Okay, you got it, girl.
Now that we talked about both